red light blinking on top of the starting gates. Stand by for action. Gates are back. Away, can't be done deep out. Jump very quickly. Flying Missile, Gemma's Son, Weapon Son from the inside. Pushing through as well shortly after. Hibiscus Lady looking for the lead, but there's plenty who want to be there. Right behind those, Cash Away, Tin Snip trapped out wide. Followed back behind those, Universal Pleasure. On the rails, Ginger Green, Burnya To Survive. Give them plenty of time to just settle back and cool off. And last of all is Our Wind Spirit. And so as they head past the 700, Can't Be Done led them. It's Can't Be Done by a length time scale. Gemma's Son third on the inside of Hibiscus Lady. Flying Missile next over on the outside. From on the rails, Weapon Son, Tin Snip, covering plenty of extra ground as they approach the home turn. They're back behind it, then getting a run in the middle is Universal Pleasure, Cash Away, Ginger Green, well back Burnya To Survive, second from last, and then came Our Wind Spirit at the 250 and Can't Be Done, tackled by Time Scale. It's Time Scale who goes to the lead now. On the outside, here comes Burnya To Survive and getting through is Weapon Son, Time Scale, but Burnya To Survive's gobbling them up. Burnya To Survive from well off them charges away and Pikey wins the last. Burnya To Survive beat Weapon Son, Time Scale. Not much in it for second, a bob of the heads. And then came Hibiscus Lady, Universal Pleasure. Strong late from Ginger Green, Can't Be Done, Gemma's Son, Flying Missile, Our Wind Spirit. Further back in the field to Cash Away, and towards the tail is Tin Snip.
I'll never get sick of watching that. A crowd erupting when Willie Pike in the last looms up on a well-backed commodity. It's been a horror day for Willie. What? Oh, all is forgiven for Willie Pike in the last. They start waving their arms. They start roaring. It's like a wave that just comes over Ascot Racecourse. Burnya To Survive wins the last. And it was solidly back to do just that. Number 10, Willie Pike, Jason Miller, blinkers on and gets the job done with plenty of room to spare. Second, is it going to be 12 bobbing right on the line there? Weapon Son to get up in front of
Time Scale, a very good tip.
Time Scale, Ronnie?
Oh, I ran enormous. Did a lot of work to get across, and I thought, halfway down the straight there, hello. And then I looked out wide there and I said, oh, just hold on for a place.
Gotcha.
10-12, 7-3, 10-12, 7-3.
Well, as I said in the preview, there are a dime a dozen here in Perth, horses that can win from last at Ascot. We saw it with Carolee Rocks earlier on. It was too much for her to do. Burnya To Survive. Willie hasn't actually pulled the stick until the race was all over anyway, just to keep his mind on the task. Blinkers on for the first time, but he's better than this grade. He got in on the minimum, or effectively on the minimum, in a 72 plus. He can win another one of these and a 78. The race pattern that he's got, he's an exciting commodity.
Burnya To Survive. So a couple of favourites earlier in the day for Pike went missing, but he gets home in race number 9 on the program. It's been a great carnival so far. Tricks of the Trade winning the Railway. Palele winning a memorable Winterbottom, but the local girl, Amelia's Jewel, stole the show, and it will be the highlight. I know we've got more to come with the Gold Rush next Saturday, and the appearance of Valana, who worked here between races today and worked quite stylishly, Ronnie, without doing much.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting race next week. Valana and Kamantari, the two Godolphin horses, and others. It's going to be a real race next week.
Here's Jason Miller with Brittany.
Here he is, Jason Miller. Last prep, he just couldn't pick his legs up on those soft tracks. You would have been looking forward to getting him back to the races on top of the ground.
Yeah, he's just been a different horse. Last prep, even his couple of trials on a soft track, they were only plain, and he's got that short little daisy cutter action, and yeah, just when it's soft, he just he couldn't run. Well, obviously run through it and run the sectionals like he can on a hard track. So it's good to have him back. I was a little bit worried about the pattern of the day. They weren't making up much ground, but when I spoke to Pike, we said, well, I didn't want to ride him any different and cook him for his first run. So we just played out how it did, and it worked in our favour.
Braden Garth's been aboard him at the trials. What sort of feedback has Braden given to you after that? And I'm sure you've been keeping a close eye on the TV to see his return to riding at Esperance today.
Yeah, I didn't see his last one, but he's worked hard, and I seen his first one and he rode it well, so I don't think it'll be too long before he's in the winner's circle.
Sure, that is no doubt. What about this Raw for Pikey in the last? You just never get sick of it, do you?
And especially when he hasn't ridden a winner all day, he gets pretty hungry. So it's a good result, good bunch of owners, and it's good to have a winner on such a good day like this.
Certainly is. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There is Jason Miller.
All right, and Pikey's just gone over the scales and breathed a sigh of relief. Here he is with Scotty.
Willie Pike in the last, Burnya To Survive. In fairness to the rest of them, he had a couple of lengths on them.
Yeah, but I still think he had to earn it. The pattern of the day was dead against him. Had to sustain a wide run. It was pretty good.
It is one thing that gets dictated to you at Ascot, isn't it? The pattern of the day, and when you're in positions where it's going to be tough to win, you're in trouble a long way out.
Yeah, that's right, and that's been the story of the day pretty much. Frustrating, but it's good to end with a win.
What did you make of Treasure Star's run?
It was just right in the middle. It was okay, and that kind of describes it there.
Congratulations, well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well that wraps up the coverage. Britt and Scotty, you can be very proud of what Amelia's Jewel did here today, and she's going to carry the flag for the West going forward.
Well, we'll see her go east, and we are a parochial bunch here in WA, and she is something to be so proud of with what she did today.
Simon Miller in a week when he re-emerges, we might have to find out what that plan and that pathway is, because I'd love to go over and actually watch her in the flesh, because there's no doubt from what we saw today that she can more than measure up. That
was the quote when he walked past. I'll see you in a week.
I saw Paddy Carey about 2 minutes ago, still in the Amelia Park silks, hasn't been back to the jockey's room. In fact, there he is right now. He still hasn't been back.
He's throwing shackers in the mounting yard.
He hasn't been back to the room. He's still here.
No, you can see he's got his saddle in his hand right now, just leaving the mounting yard. Paddy Carberry, he has not left ever since.
Come in, Ronnie.
Come in.
He's been in the bar. He's got no rides left. He's allowed.
And he's been off the drink.
Yeah. Well.
So now it's time to get back on. Gold Rush next week. Another good race.
It's exciting, and we saw Valana do the exhibition gallop here today, which was really good to see. Can the Blue Army bounce back and take another one of our features? We'll have to wait and see for next week.
We saw Kissing All Four Cheeks, who ran second to Palele. She will be there next week at 1,400 metres. You'd think she's even better suited, but I tell you what, it's going to be a race and a half. This will test you by the sounds of it. They're going to test the waters at 1,400, and why not? She was phenomenal from off the speed.
Well, here's J-Mac riding Valana earlier in the day. This was after race number 6. So, Ronnie, Valana wasn't out to do a great deal. This was more to have a day at the races because he missed last week.
Yep, no doubt about it, but he's a good horse. And I think this is his range, 1,400. I think he's much better suited in this race.
Than he was in the Winterbottom.
Much more. Although Kevin Tari was set for that race and he hasn't had a thing go wrong. And I think the key to the two, if we happen to just get any give in this ground, that would be their advantage, the Godolphin pair. The locals are going to be very hard to beat on the very hard tracks, but these two horses, as you know, they prime these horses up, Godolphin, and they always run to their best form.
You won't get rain here until April, will you?
I can't imagine so.
I don't think so.
Maybe a couple of tears from punters here and there if Willie doesn't keep winning, but that's about it.
Yeah, so be firm track.
They'll still run well.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It's
Thanks
been a pleasure.
for letting us in and being part of your coverage. Thank you.
I'm glad that you're able to see Pikey in the last, because it's something you have to see to believe, isn't it, when the crowd goes up?
Beautiful. It was beautiful to watch.
And they love McDonald here today.
Yep.
I don't know whether they love him as much after Cascadian, but they loved him early on.
Well, when he rode the favourite earlier in the day, cameras out everywhere wanting to take a picture or a video of him walking back. First time in Perth. He's a world superstar.
He is.
You didn't hear that from Russell Stewart. He said in his post-match interview, top 3 moments of his life, getting married, having kids, and having James McDonald ride one for him.
That was the highlight of the day for me. Russell Stewart's reaction. It was. He came across like it was the greatest day he's ever had on a race course.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure it was
fantastic.
actually genuine too.
It was. Well, that's it from Perth. It's good evening from Ascot. Brittany and Scott will be back next Saturday to bring you the coverage of the new race, the $1.5 million Gold Rush from Ascot in Perth.